Hey guys, it's Ice Cream and this is my end of the year book tag. This tag was created by Ariel Bissett and I will link her original video down below. But the person who suggested that I do this tag is Jazz from Red Panda Reads. I will link her channel down below as well. She just did this tag, so go give it a look. Okay, before I get started, I am pretty sure that you're supposed to do this book tag like October-ish. September, October. Obviously, that's not what's happening here. So some of the questions I may have to switch up a little bit because otherwise this is just going to sound like a December TBR. Because that's all that's left really until the end of the year. Okay, question 1. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Most of the time I don't like to do this. Like if I start something I want to finish it then, because if I go back to it much later I feel like I need to start over. Which is kind of what happened. Maybe I should use this one as my answer. Kind of what happened with Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. But I don't know if that was this year or last year that I started this book, but I still haven't finished it. And now I feel like I would have to go back and start from the beginning. I don't really, I mean, it's at Yale. That's all I remember. So yeah, I would have to start this all the way over. So I don't know if you could count this even as an in-progress book that I still need to finish. I guess if I'm going to cheat a little, I would say Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Wow, is this just a Leigh Bardugo fan club here? I'm currently reading this, but this is kind of my backup book. Like I've got a whole other TBR going on, and this is just something that I'm kind of reading at night. If I'm reading like a horror book, then I don't want to read that before I go to bed. I'll just read a few chapters of this or something like that. I'm just kind of squeezing this in. I mean, I've made some progress, but I do want to finish it this year. I started it this year. I want to finish it this year. Okay, question 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Well, this ship has sailed, right? Well, how about we say change it to a winter book? Like, do I have like a wintry transition book? I do have some books that I think have winter vibes that I think that I would like to read in the winter. I don't know if I want to try to read all of these before the end of the year. One of those is One by One by Ruth Ware. The front cover has a nice little snowy scene on there, and I think that, is there a, yeah, the people in the book get snowed in, so I don't know if a murder mystery is really cozy, but it's got snow, so that's wintry. Also, I would say The Bear and the Nightingale. I have heard that that is also a nice winter book, and that's by Catherine Arden. I don't have a copy of that, but I want to get a copy of that. That's high on my Christmas list this year. Question 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Not really. I couldn't even tell you anymore which books got their dates changed, like what's pushed back to 2021, what actually is still going to come out this year. I don't even know anymore. I'll just tell you some 2020 new releases that I have yet to get my hands on that I am really excited about and want to read. Of course, there's Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. We all know what this is about. I don't think I need to give you a synopsis. There's also Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas that I really want to read. I hate that I didn't read that around Halloween time, but I just didn't. There's also Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power, which in my defense, I had not read Wilder Girls until like September, October of this year, so I didn't realize the wonder that Rory Power is. Now I have to read everything that she ever writes, so I need to get a hold of Burn Our Bodies Down, but I just haven't yet. Also, The Splendid and the Vile by Erik Larson. That's a nonfiction. It's about the Churchill family during World War II, which is a time period that is fascinating to me, so I want to get a hold of that. I've had a really bad year for nonfiction. Really bad year. I don't know that I've read a nonfiction book at all this year. We're gonna change all that. We're gonna change it. Gotta fit it in somewhere. Question 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay. This is gonna happen. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I'm gonna read it before the end of the year. I've wanted so much to pick this up ever since I got it in the mail, and I just It's one of those books that I expect to like so much that I want to save it for like a time when I need it. Does that make sense? Does anyone else do that? I need to just get into it and stop thinking about it. Just read it. Also, I want to read Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which we just discussed. Oh, hang on. These freaking covers don't match. I hate it so much. Anyway, I need to finish Siege and Storm, and then I want to read this. I want to have finished the Grisha trilogy this year. And this book doesn't seem like it's all that long. I'm making good progress on Siege and Storm, so I really think this is doable. I really do. Also, as we just discussed, I haven't read any nonfiction this year, so I want to read one nonfiction. I don't know which one it will be, but I just want one nonfiction in 2020. Okay, question 5. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Yes, I think it's possible. I have my top 3 of the year narrowed down, but I really think that this has a lot of things that I really tend to like. It takes place over multiple time periods, which I love when books play with time. I love that. I have really high expectations, and if this can meet them, it might be my favorite book of the year. Question 6. Have you started making reading plans for 2021? Yes, not terribly seriously. I have some plans for like the winter season. It's not like I've planned all the way through 2021 or anything. I don't have lists. I just have things. Probably January, February are semi-planned out as far as TBRs, but I'm not gonna follow those, come on. As far as Goodreads goal, I haven't really decided that one yet. I did meet my goal this year, but that was because I set it in an attainable way, and I don't know if I want to lowball it or shoot for the stars, or maybe I'll just do the exact same thing that I did this year. Wouldn't that be boring of me? I do tend to like to meet my goal, like not say like I'm gonna read 200 books just to encourage me to try to read and see how close I can get. Like, no, if I put I want to read 200 books, then I'm going to spend the year trying to read 200 books. No. Alright, well that was my end of the year book tag. If you haven't done this yet, and we are running out of time because it's almost the end of the year, but consider yourself tagged, do this video. And thank you again, Jazz at Red Panda Reads, for encouraging me to do this video. And also, if you want to see more from me, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!